So this is an example of a toolkit. Both me and Alice have just spoken about different strategies, and when we think about all those strategies, and if a young person's experienced all these big feelings, it's hard to think of all those strategies all at once. So when a young person is calm, I've often either sat with them in a session or encouraged parents and carers to sit with them and think about all those strategies when they're calm and what they feel might help when they're riding the urge in that wave. So this is an example, and I've uh, put it on purpose, put it in green at the start, amber, and then red in terms of almost like a traffic light system. So they're examples of, when I'm feeling low and or have urges to self-harm, I can try these strategies. And then there's an arrow down saying if I still feel low, I can try this. But then if they've tried all those strategies and they're still feeling really low or that urge, then obviously look to gain professional advice in that sense as well. So that's just an example.
Yeah, and this is just another example of a toolkit that we might use with young people in our service when we're safety planning. So thinking about recognizing some of those warning signs and triggers, thinking about what maybe helps, what doesn't help, and how we can keep the environment safe around them. And then, yeah, thinking about things to look forward to, recognizing positives, and then, yeah, identifying those adults that we feel like we can speak to, as well as providing some of those relevant helplines as well that they can access if it's getting to that point, like in the previous example, where we're still feeling really low, still having a lot of urges and feeling like there's a lot of risks. So that's just another example of a toolkit that we might use.
Okay, so as I said at the start, we'll provide some useful resources. So these are some links and websites which may be really helpful for parents, carers. Also some links there in relation to autistic young people that might be helpful. The National Self-Harm Network that I just mentioned has a really good, it's got lots of information and downloads for parents, what to do, what not to do in relation to self-harm. And covers lots of things that we have today.
And this is our schools and colleges information line. So this is an email that you can access for non-urgent advice and information around difficulties that your young person might be experiencing. And a telephone consultation can be arranged to discuss what might be helpful from there. So we can offer signposting and support referrals to other services that might be relevant. So it's something that you can access as a parent or carer in Trafford that is a non-urgent advice and information line. So we'll provide the crisis line as well, so that you've got that if it is maybe a more urgent difficulty. And this is, yeah, just thinking about different options for further support. So we've highlighted the Greater Manchester Mental Health Helpline there that's open 24/7. So that's maybe a bit more of a crisis line compared to the advice and information line that I spoke about on the previous slide. There's also COOS that young people can access for online advice. 42nd Street, there's mental health support teams in schools, which is the team that we work for. So maybe speaking to school and seeing what is on offer there. Yeah, thinking about if self-harm is maybe regular, severe, or accompanied by suicidal thoughts or actions. So speaking to the Trafford Core CAMS team, maybe accessing that 24/7 helpline if you feel it's needed. Papyrus also have a helpline and really useful information on their website. And if it is an emergency and there's immediate threat to their life or there's a significant level of risk, then calling 999 or attending A&E would be the advice for that. So thinking about whether you need to enlist further support, and these are some of the options that are available.
Okay, so we're coming towards the end of our presentation and webinar. So at the start, Alice asked you to take a moment to think about how confident you were in understanding and responding to self-harm. So now that we've gone through a lot of the information that we've spoken about and advice, strategies, and the videos as well, just taking that moment again to thinking about where you feel that you're at in terms of these different kind of spectrum of colours and faces in terms of how confident you are now in understanding and responding to self-harm.
Yeah, so hopefully that's been helpful for you. There was a lot to go through there. So we've left some information about ways to seek further advice if there was anything that you had questions or wanted some support for. Hopefully that was something that you could take something from. So thank you for watching, and thank you for attending these webinars. We do have regular webinars throughout the year, so if you want to contact your child's school to ask when they are, then that information is available as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.